You're listening to us. And the face.
Hi. I'm John Lackey.
Hey.
Hello. Interrupted my making fun of. This is Ice in the Face.
Welcome to the big show, babies.
It is September 11th. Butter's birthday. Can we all say happy birthday to
also-
Leopold Butterscotch? Because September 11th is his
Really? It's
birthday.
Butter's birthday?
Butter's
September 11th.
It is also
Never
Hans'
forget Butter's birthday.
Right.
It is also Hans Porvin's birthday.
It is Hans'
Thank you,
birthday.
Hans.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
all of
Hans.
you provided this studio.
Yes, indeed. So,
Episode number 20.
20.
They can see you.
I know they can see
pointing
me.
to
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I thought that was a build-up. It's just number 20.
24.
Oh,
24.
Oh, there was a
Thank God.
climax.
Thank God
great.
that's over.
After the Amazon Amanda interview, I can't deal with any more blue balls. I need release. I'm sorry.
dude, Amazon Amanda tweeted
is
about
cool.
our show a bunch of times,
Oh,
and so
yeah.
did one of her friends, and like, it's
Amazon
funny.
Amanda is the shit.
She's
dude.
the
she was
bomb,
awesome.
man.
Are
She
you
was
kidding?
great.
She was a great interview.
For
She was
people listening who
fantastic.
don't know what we're talking about, we did Awesome Talk on Tuesday night
We
here.
did indeed.
And we had an
did it
interview
big.
with
Well, they
Amazon
should know
Amanda.
who Amazon Amanda
They
is.
need to
'cause
know.
No, they have to know because she wasn't brought up in Awesome Talk. She was originally brought up on Ice in the Face.
That's right. Yeah, we
That's
talked about
how
her.
this whole thing started.
And I also remembered he said the other night he thought it was the episode he was on, and I didn't think so. It was the episode that he
Yeah.
was on that we talked about her.
yeah,
I knew
dude,
it.
see?
God damn it.
So we actually had Amazon Amanda on, who we talked about on this show for the first time. So go and watch the Awesome Talk.
that's making
footage
shit happen right
so
there.
you can actually see, Amazon Amanda.
Yeah, exactly. Go to Amazon Amanda and friends. There it is.
Baby.
Is it? It's on her website.
And friends.
Wait, it was what on her website?
What the fuck? I'm telling them to watch the Awesome Talk video where we talked to Amazon
Oh,
Amanda.
no, I
and
was
you're
just-
telling them to go to her fucking website.
Well, yeah, I think they should check out her website too. But
Well, yeah, I know, but don't direct them towards a video that doesn't exist.
oh no, the video is on YouTube.com/homebarproductions.
It's probably right underneath the chat window,
Yeah.
if I had to guess.
Did we put that episode up yet?
Well, yeah, that episode's been up. I left up the live recording that came through that YouTube recorded.
Oh, cool.
Because with the mic, can you talk into that mic to say hello?
I am. Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because with
I have been molesting
Did I
this
say
mic.
the time? I
But-
don't think I did.
go ahead.
Well, now the time's 10:29, but what
Yeah.
was it?
About 3 minutes ago. What was 3 minutes ago?
10:27 to 6.
Yeah, there you go. 7 to 6. Yeah, that's a
7 to
that's a
6.
thing. That's a number.
They are numbers. Yes.
That's true. It's true that they're not letters.
They
And
are
we'll-
not
we'll-
letters, indeed.
Introduce ourselves too. I am Rick,
Will we?
Hi, I am Ryan.
Sarah?
and hi everybody.
Hey.
Hope
How you doing, bud?
Hope everybody's got a nice beer in their hand.
I do have a wonderful red stripe Jamaican style lager.
Nice.
See, that's
Maybe
the
they'll-
problem. That's
maybe
what I'm
they'll,
talking about.
Maybe they'll sponsor us.
That dude, well, remember I said it was different? It used to not say Jamaican style.
Ooh.
It used to say Jamaican. Now once they switched to the style is when the flavor changed happened.
I still like it. And,
No, I
and
still
you know
like
what?
it. I still like it too.
The bottles
I
are the
do.
best.
Yeah.
I take these and I reuse them for when I brew my beers. They're very cool. I like these bottles. The little stubby ones.
And I've got myself this Leinenkugel Oktoberfest right
Another
here.
good one.
I fucking love Leinenkugel,
Oh
man.
yeah. If you're into Oktoberfest, Brooklyn has a fantastic one
Yeah,
out
but
right
that
now.
beer is just so.
John Lackey drinks
Oh,
it. John Lackey
dude,
loves that
when
beer.
he drinks
Oh, yeah.
that, I'm like,
Oh,
how?
that stuff's it's stiff, but
It is
Yeah.
gnarly,
And
dude.
then,
like,
dude, if you like pumpkin, Brooklyn also has one called Post Road Pumpkin Ale, and it is
it's not do we
absolutely
like
fantastic.
pumpkin, it's do we like the Brooklyn beer.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
love
sometimes,
Brooklyn.
but some beers, they make one, like, for example, Guinness. If you get the Guinness with that yellowy label on it, I can't stand it. But every other thing that Guinness makes, I fucking love, man. Like the regular Guinness with the
the harp, you mean?
No, not harp. There's two Guinnesses, like two Guinnesses.
Oh, the
There's the
stout-
black, the stout,
stouted-
the stout, and the draft.
Oh, Drocht.
Yeah, the Drocht.
The Drocht.
The Drocht at the hot is that's the one I really the one with the big thick head on it.
Yeah, that's the drought. That's drought.
Rick's
Drought,
been known
yeah.
to enjoy a big thick head.
I like
Yes,
some big
he
thick
does.
head.
He does.
Yeah.
You're not telling me anything I don't know.
So, can I throw something out there for you guys?
I suppose so.
No, you motherfucker, because I know what you're throwing
never
out.
mind.
I'm not going to
It's
throw that
mine.
out. No, I'm not going
It's
to throw out yours.
mine. Humping Jesus is mine.
We'll hump
That's my
Jesus.
thing.
We'll all hump Jesus together in a little while.
Only if I say you can hump
I
him.
don't want to hump Jesus.
Well, come on. Get your shit together. Be a believer.
I barely even know him. I mean,
He doesn't know. The
I
good
mean,
news
you know,
yet.
spaghetti dinner first, maybe.
He likes wine? Do you like
The
I like
spaghetti
wine.
falls through the holes in his hands.
He does like to hang out with like cults. I'm not down with that.
He leads cults. And that's even
Well, I
that's
don't
even
know.
weirder.
I would
no,
say that's
he's
debatable. I would
well-
say that's debatable.
I wonder if he's wearing white sneakers.
I think Jesus may have just been a righteous dude who wound up with a lot of people tailing his ass.
A lot of posers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of posers.
The Christians out there, a bunch of fucking posers.
Jesus was the first Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. He was the first punk rocker.
Maybe he crucified himself.
He was
or
like,
maybe
yeah,
his
fuck
wife
this.
did it.
Hey-o.
Maybe his wife did. That's excellent.
They were both hookers.
Jesus was
Yeah.
a hooker?
No, Mary Magdalene and Courtney Love.
Oh, right. Good point. Okay.
Although it's actually not true that she was a hooker, but it was still a good joke.
Then who was a hooker?
Mary Magdalene.
Oh, I thought you meant Courtney Love.
No,
Courtney
she's a
Love's
whore.
full-on hooker,
She's a whore.
You just asked Billy Corgan.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Dude, I
He's
saw,
just looking for shit to shove his bowling
Kurt
ball
wrote
head
her first
into.
album and Billy wrote her second one.
I saw a picture of Darcy from Smashing Pumpkins,
Oh,
a recent
that
one.
was
Yeah.
so.
That was a little.
Wait,
That was
I
a little.
don't-
She's got the collagen
I don't
lips
think
really
Ryan-
pumped up,
Yeah.
and it's
Wait,
like, whoa.
No, Ryan needs to see this to understand.
Yeah,
Oh, do
see,
I really?
if you remember,
It can't-
anybody who was into that kind of
Ryan,
music back then
I-
thought she was
There's
gorgeous.
no way
I mean, she
you
was
could
okay.
imagine.
I
There's
just
no
thought- I
way
liked
you
the
could
music.
imagine
I mean,
it as
you know.
bad as it is. There's no
Yeah.
Everybody
way.
in the Smashing Pumpkins was a bit weird looking, though. You know, I mean, like it's just like I didn't
It's
really.
an oddball band.
They weren't sex symbols to me. They were a fucking badass band. You know.
Darcy was good looking though when she was
Yeah,
young.
she was okay. I
No,
was, you know.
I don't agree.
Well, she doesn't look like she does. I mean, I hate dissing her. She's like a reclusive, weird kind of
Wait,
artist,
whether
which
or
I have
not
nothing
she's
to.
fucking reclusive has nothing to do with
Well, you didn't
pumping
let
a
me-
bunch of shit in your fucking face like a psycho.
Well,
Yeah.
it does if you're reclusive because that means the only person that's seeing it is you, so you're doing it for yourself. Now, does that make it okay if you do your lips for you?
This isn't a quote unquote doing your lips, and I think that's very different.
She went full Mrs.
from-
Potato Head.
Yeah, this isn't doing your lips, dude.
Good.
This is
Good.
I fucked some shit up on my face. Now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be reclusive.
She ought to slice those off and put some new ones on.
It's not just her lips;
Wow,
like
she
her whole
Lohan.
face is all fucked.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she's got, the cheekbones are probably done, the chin's done, forehead pulled back, hair pulled down, nipples moved, bleached asshole.
She looks like a Canadian heroin addict.
Yeah, she does. Did they have those up there? Eh?
Or like meth head, a Canadian meth head.
See,
Do
you're
they
doing
have
some
those up
heroin there, eh?
I don't know. Oh, so you like the meth, do you?
With their flapping heads.
Their flapping, beady eyes and flapping heads.
And
Have
their
you seen the blue
square
stuff yet?
car
have you?
tires.
Eh.
No,
You hear
just
that?
so
Heisenberg,
everybody
he's got
knows.
some good stuff, eh?
Yeah, just so everybody knows, I'm sick and I spend most of my time indoors. So I just assume that the entire world is basically like what I see on South Park.
Yeah, well, it is kind of
It's
like what you see on
clearly
South
just-
Park.
That's real life in
She
my
thinks
mind.
that because she
That's-
does the blue meth as well.
Yeah, the blue stuff. Mm. The Heisenberg, eh?
Heisenberg blue, baby.
Heisenberg Blue, eh? Up in the Great White
Hey,
North.
listen here, buddy. We don't carry that white stuff, but we got the Heisenberg blue all day.
There, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
And that's your friend, guy. So, the new Batman car. Anybody see it? Did anybody see the new Batman car?
Yeah, I thought it was
Okay.
pretty cool looking.
Here's what I saw is the guy who wrote the article about the Batman car that I read had a picture of it, and it's got a turret gun on the front. And this dude went off on how terrible it is to put a gun on the front of Batman's
Do you know
car
why he did
because
that?
because Batman's vehicles are meant to get him from point A to point B as quickly as possible, not blow shit up. And I was curious what you guys each thought about that.
And do you know why he did that? Because he's a critic, and because in order
Get closer.
if
Yes.
this poor bastard, there is no furthering his own image unless he has something like antagonistic. I mean, to say and something like if he writes a column one day and goes, "New Batman car looks sweet," that's not an article; it's a Facebook post. You know what I mean? Like, so the only way for him to do anything, like, he basically was assigned the category of Batman.
Yeah.
And well, the car's stupid.
Well, it was a
like,
pretty well thought out article. I just didn't know that I agreed. I was like, look, this is always evolving. It's always changing. Like, why wouldn't you? What do you think? You're a huge Batman. You're wearing a Batman shirt right now as we speak.
I agree with what he's saying based on Batman Pest. I mean, the car is essentially like super fucking pimped out to get Batman anywhere or to just come and basically it's programmed to just fucking come and get him. Or just go get someone else. It's programmed to go back to him if someone steals it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's right.
You think it can't muster up some turrets?
So like, I understand the guy's argument because he's sort of trying to say like this sort of goes off canon a bit, and it goes into I'm just making Batman into a version of Batman that I want him to be. So I get that anger because I feel the same way about people insisting that Chewbacca didn't die.
Yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yes, I got it. I knew it was going to go there.
I understand his argument, but I don't think I've ever seen two producers, directors make Batman even remotely like the same.
Yeah,
he's always changing.
Nor should they.
Yeah.
So
that would be boring.
Or even really like I don't know. I would consider out of all the movies and TV shows to be the one that most closely sticks to the comics.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one I would pick.
Yeah,
but I would say that probably most of the movies are way far off in many, many details.
Yeah.
Well, my big thing, I like what you said, is I don't think any two people have done Batman the same, and that's true. And that's my favorite thing about Batman. One of my favorite things about Batman, aside from being an avid fan of Batman. But I mean,
Ryan
I think
likes
one of
the abs.
The abs are nice, though.
But one of the things that I like, I hate about like what people like. Listen, if a movie fucking sucks, it sucks. So shred it, absolutely shred it. Go for it. You know what I mean? But these people are writing fucking about things that they're assuming are gonna happen. First off, and second off, why would anybody want, like, dude, the comics are the comics and they're cool, but I mean, part of the joy of going to see my favorite comics made into movies is because it's not like going home and reading the comic book. It's somebody's vision on it. Now, whether that vision sucks or not, you have to watch the movie first to decide that. And if it sucks, we will fucking shred it. We will destroy
that's true.
it.
I mean, look.
But people need to stop that shit. Like, these fucking people see, like, an idea on a website for a comic book movie coming up, and it's no, you can't do that. You can't do. Fuck you. Yes, they can. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have money and backing, so they can make it. Now, if it sucks, let's shred it. Absolutely. We'll make sure that guy never makes another comic book movie again. But I mean, all this preemptive strike about the Batman Superman movie really kind of like.
Hold on. I want to talk about Superman. I want to talk about Superman, but I want to talk to that point. You would agree that the Lord of the Rings movies were awesome.
I said.
But the Hobbit movies sucked balls.
No. That's not what I said.
Okay.
The full part of what I said was, if you watch the Lord of the Rings movies as movies alone, they're great and amazing. If you watch the Lord of the Rings movies as a hardcore fan of Tolkien, of Tolkien's writings, you are going to inevitably walk away disappointed whether you thought the movie was good or not.
So there's some validity to what he's saying. Like,
hey, I get the same shit with Harry Potter.
Now
the Hobbit was
that's not. I can't call that The Hobbit because most of that is not in the book. Maybe one page of the book has anything that's in that movie. You can't take a book that's roughly like 200
million pages.
No, try less than 300.
Oh, I was thinking Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
The Hobbit is a very
Short, yeah, I
book.
know.
Yeah.
You don't take a book like that and somehow
turn it
stretch
into
it
two
into
movies, yeah.
3-hour movies.
That I
Are you
agree with.
fucking crazy?
That I agree
Yeah,
Of
that's
with.
course
insane.
they're gonna make some shit
They're
up.
just
There's
making
not
shit up.
enough there.
Yeah.
Like
That I agree with.
They could put anything. They could
But
put
you know what?
Nazis in it.
I've read my mom was into that. Like when I was a kid, my mom highly suggested that I read The Hobbit and stuff
The
like that.
Hobbit's
So,
one of my favorite
yeah,
books.
so I've read it and stuff, but it was never one of my like all-time favorite
Yeah.
books or anything. So if I saw those movies, I'd probably be like, "Wow, awesome!"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I've
Yeah.
only read it once, and I have a vague perception of all. I don't have it memorized. I don't have all the characters and all this. Like, you could throw that shit in, and I'd be like, "Oh, well, I guess that happened in the book." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. It's
Stay
not
close.
like I'm not a
Sorry.
I'm not a diehard on that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I would accept that at face value. But even when it comes to the things that I am a fan of, I like to just let it go first, at least, and just accept somebody else's vision of it, and then judge that because they put it out there to be judged.
Well, I feel that way about
know?
music. Like
well,
if you're
we
gonna
all
cover
know
it.
that I'm absolutely not like that.
No,
Yes, no, you're not like no. When somebody fucks with your Star Wars, it's like the fucking world
Yeah.
ends. And actually,
But the Star Wars,
but you're right. The world literally the Star Wars world
No.
actually did end.
it actually did end.
It
Yes,
did
that's
fucking
terrible.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about the Star Wars thing, where you're absolutely valid in that, is that most of the world, like, that's the only reason they're making Star Wars movies now.
Yeah.
And
for
the last
fans
trilogy,
that
the
fucking
last
kept
Right,
it
trilogy,
yeah,
alive.
right.
the only reason they're making those movies is because the subculture of that was so extensive.
oh my god,
it was
continues
so,
on for generations.
It
It's
was so
incredible. It's the most
amazingly
incredible thing
extensive,
ever.
and people latched onto it. And whether George Lucas wanted to
Yeah.
or not, it just kept on rolling. And that's the only reason they had the platform to make any new movies. You know what I mean? So in that light, as far as it applies to Star Wars and even Star Trek to an extent, because I mean the show was successful, but it was campy, I mean, like Next Generation really took Star Trek, put that back up too, but there was a huge time gap there. Where even you could say the same thing for the Star Trek fans, where they just kept it alive with fan fiction and just wrote about it and would not let it die. So when it comes to those two franchises, accuracy is kind of important.
It is.
Yeah.
And
You know what I
I
mean?
actually think the most insulting part of the whole thing is that they say, all right, well, like the EU's out, it's done, like it's not canon, we're not continuing it.
Yeah.
But they're borrowing small bits and pieces from those stories, and I consider that very fucking insulting. Either
Sure.
throw it out and come up with your own fucking material with what you must believe is better,
Yeah.
or use the material that's there and fucking stick to those
Now,
stories.
do you? I have a question about that though. Does that prohibit them from using other people's characters?
No.
So use the characters.
They are, like,
Well,
as
I mean,
far
like
as I'm
secondary
aware.
and tertiary, like characters that most people wouldn't know about. If you pluck
I actually wonder about that too, because there's so much Star Wars that I wouldn't know because
if
it's
you
so
plucked-
extensive.
If you
Like,
plucked
there's
other people's
already a
characters
fucking-
and drop them into a different,
Like,
plot line.
You
would
have a
that be-
character that you said it was the biggest shame of all that they dropped. If they pulled him out and used them in their own storyline, would you like that?
No, I consider it an enormous insult to the fucking
Okay.
unbelievably
So use it
awesome,
right or
I
don't
would
do
want.
it.
the awesome dedicated writers who
Yes,
have been
I-
doing
I
this
agree
for
with that, yeah.
decades.
What if those writers are getting paid for that?
They are getting paid.
they've signed
but
off
to say,
on it.
like,
Yeah.
dude, you started this whole thing with your series of books. We're not using any of those stories, but we are stealing your character and doing what we want with him. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it's
Yeah,
not-
yeah.
Fucking take it
but
or
it's
don't
not
take
stealing
it.
if they pay him for it and if he agrees to it.
Well, I mean more like
Like, if it's somebody's- if
plagiarizing
it's-
the idea.
Well, no, but if
Yeah.
it's somebody's intellectual property and they sign on and they say, no, I don't want to be a writer on the movie. No, I don't care. Yes, you can take my character
Sure.
and run with it. It's an honor. I would love to see my
But
character
we
in a
all
Star
know-
Trek movie or a Star Wars movie.
We all know that Disney did not do that.
I'm sure they did.
Disney
I'm sure
put
they
everything
didn't.
in they
I'm sure they
shoveled
didn't. No,
it
I'm just
like a
trying to-
pile of
Here's an
cow
example of
I'm
shit.
just
Like,
trying to establish
Here's
the ground
an example
rules.
of
That's all,
something so stupid, but a good example of how petty it is.
Okay.
In the last season of the Clone Wars, which Disney says is part of canon.
Okay.
So whatever's in the Clone
And
Wars.
Clone Wars was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, seasons 1 through 6, whatever's in there is part of the storyline. Now, in one of the later episodes, they go to a planet named Morban, which is like the fucking birthplace of the Sith. The actual name of the planet as far as the expanded universe is concerned, is Korriban. Do you understand how ridiculous?
See, that's annoying. That's stupid. I would get annoyed by that.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, why do that?
That is
why
the
do
point.
that?
Is we're gonna do it our way, but we're still gonna slap you in the face by sort of fucking with your shit still anyway.
That I would have a problem with. Absolutely. How could you not have a problem
insane.
with that?
Have you seen pictures of the Millennial Falcon that they built?
Millennium.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always say that.
It
Millennium
looks
Falcon.
so cool.
It looks
I think they
amazing.
built
I'm
a
so
couple. They
excited.
built
Dude,
more than one.
I'm
of them.
really
Well,
happy
I saw
J.J. Abrams
Sky.
is doing that shit.
Well, I'm glad J.J. Abrams
I
is
really
doing
am.
it because he's respectable.
He's the guy who's got the eye for that. So that, you know, in our generation,
I
right
just
now,
wish he had seen Lost to the end. Because he wasn't on board by the end of Lost, and I think that's why it frayed apart and it sucked at the end.
Hollywood, though. I mean, that's that's the fucking beast at work.
But just here's the thing:
I'm
Lost
sure he wanted
could
to
have
walk
been
away from it at that point.
Lost could have been what Breaking Bad was in the end. Now, Breaking Bad started off great
Fantastic.
and ended great.
Ended
Like there's no
epically.
question.
Probably, I think actually, if you go through the Breaking Bad catalog,
closer.
if you go through the
Thank you.
entire Breaking Bad catalog, which I have done many, many times.
Oh, we've binge
The
watched
fucking
Breaking Bad
last,
so much.
The last episodes, the last couple of, the last like 3 seasons were the strongest. Absolutely, without even a fucking second. That show got better as it went. It wasn't like, oh, the first season hooked me, and then I put up with a bunch of drivel. But the finale was good. No, dude, that show was a constant build up and an endless. Well, not endless, but it was a fucking 7-year cliffhanger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like every episode, every commercial break, every single pause had you sitting on your seat going, what the fuck is going to happen? You know,
and that
I mean?
is
Like,
what
every
Lost
moment.
Lost had that in the palm of their hand.
In a way.
And they fucked it up. That was one of the worst endings next to The Sopranos that I have ever fucking. And I know that it's almost trendy to say that The Sopranos ending sucked, but the reason it got like that was because The Sopranos ending really fucking was unsatisfying. Like I get all the hints and the illusions and all that shit in it, but it was an unsatisfying ending. When Breaking Bad ended, there are 2 long-running series that should be used as a template, if you will, for great endings.
Template.
And Breaking Bad is one, and 6 Feet Under is the other one. Those 2 shows ended in a way that you just felt like you longed for it to keep going.
Can I be
Whereas
real?
Lost, you were just like, fuck this. I should have quit this 2 seasons a fucking go.
Can I be real with you?
Yeah.
I have never, ever once in my life seen the end of Lost,
Okay.
the end of The Sopranos, or any of 6 Feet Under.
Oh, dude.
Word.
I'll tell you
Never
what.
Seen,
If
I got into I mean, I didn't even get into it. Everybody else got into it, and it came out on like Netflix.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Wait, which
And
one?
I
Lost?
couldn't- Yeah, Lost.
Okay, yeah.
I got through 1 season and then like
First
lost
season's amazing.
interest. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then like lost interest, and then Sopranos, same thing. I didn't have HBO, but you know I knew a lot of people who did, and I like saw a bunch of episodes, and it was an excellent show. I'm not like knocking it or anything,
Yeah.
but I guess I'm just one of those like. Good, you know, I when The Sopranos was on, dude, I was like, you know, living in fucking cars and like, you know, fucking smoking pot and doing blow with people and fucking going crazy and shit, and having fun and stuff like that. I didn't give a fuck what was on TV.
picture you on Blow watching The Sopranos.
No, yeah.
What the fuck is it gonna do next?
It would have been a bummer. I was out in a park somewhere,
It
or I
would
was
have
on a
been a
beach.
bummer.
I was on a beach with a bunch of other miscreants, and we were all like, "Oh, we don't have any more shit. Let's just go sleep." You know, like I was just like one of the, you know, like one of those roving bands from like fucking Blade Runner or something like that, you know, or like.
I know we don't usually include the chat much in this show. Once in a while we do a little
We
bit.
don't usually see it.
But
Yeah,
I just want to
we
say
do.
there was
We do
one.
sort
I
of.
just want to give a shout out to Hatim who's watching right
what
now.
up, HT?
Hakeem.
And he said that Breaking Bad's ending was perfectly bittersweet,
Yep.
and that Lost had a letdown ending. And I'll tell you right now, the one thing, if Matt Hill is ever on this show, I can't wait to fight with him about Lost
Yeah.
because I love the kid.
He loves Lost,
But
doesn't he?
see, I'm a Lost fanatic, and he's a Lost fanatic. But I've always said because I like something doesn't mean I won't criticize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if I love
But
a
he
band,
but the thing is, you always come at Matt with this idea that he's in denial about how bad
he
it
is in denial, and every Lost
And
fan
Matt-
who was into that ending is in
wait.
denial.
And Matt comes from the argument of that, no, I legitimately actually just didn't think it was that bad of an ending.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Well-
ever say it was the best ending. He just goes, it's not really that
He's
bad.
wrong. He's wrong. It was a terrible fucking ending. It was a terrible tie in a bow tie as quick as they could do because they didn't know what the fuck, because they had written themselves
Into a
such
corner.
an
I
insane
agree
hole.
that they did that. Yeah,
I mean,
did
they
do that.
wrote themselves
no,
without an ending in
well,
mind,
the
and,
reason
and
why
that's
they
good
did
and
not
bad.
expect that the show was going to. I'm pretty sure they expected that the show was going to be canceled.
Yeah,
they didn't
sure.
think about
It
how
became successful.
They
Yeah, it was crazy.
didn't think about the continuation of the mystery. It's
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
same thing with Twin Peaks. It's like
You should
the whole
actually
thing.
give them a lot of credit for keeping it going as long as they did.
Well, there's only so many times you can watch someone run from one part of Hawaii to another. But anyway,
That's
but
true.
it's like, dude, it's like
Actually, surf videos are pretty much that entire premise. And they've been doing it for almost like 60 years.
fucking. I forgot.
I'm sorry. Sort of.
Can I bring something up? Can I bring up a news topic?
Only if it's about.
Oh no, but wait, can I go back real quick?
Yeah.
Well,
Finish
like
up.
you were talking about Matt Hill and stuff like that, but like and I'll shit you know, I'll lay it on the fucking line. I've had this conversation with many people. I take a lot of flack for it, but I don't care because I've won every single fucking argument. You know what I mean? Like,
on what?
anybody
On what?
goes after Harry Potter
Oh.
in any way, shape, or form, you're in for it.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
the Harry Potter
you know?
movies
In
are
what
awesome.
way? That the movies are good or
No,
bad, or
well,
that,
just
that
like-
they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
loyal?
yeah, what's the
Or
argument?
that they're loyal to the book or not
all
loyal to
phases,
the book.
all fucking phases, all phases. Like, it is one of the most well-managed franchises. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta give Warner Brothers credit. Like,
that's
yes,
a fact,
it
yeah.
I
gets
don't. I
shredded.
just give
A lot of the stuff
J.K.
gets cut out.
Rowling credit.
Yeah, she gets a lot
of
and
credit, too.
just her.
It's-
because
no, it's
she
because
was
of her.
Very.
Yeah.
She was meticulous
She
in
was
who she
like,
selected.
I want this. I don't want this. She fucking.
Oh, it
she
goes
had
so
to
That
deep.
is the right way to do
It
it.
She
wasn't
had
even
to
that. I
approve
mean,
every tiny thing.
every
on those
person,
bills.
every
Thank
person
you, J.K.
involved.
Rowling,
And
for
that's-
that.
She selected all the people who were involved.
So
in it
for
as
all
well,
the people
you know?
that are all, I love Harry Potter, blah blah blah. It's the best movie of all time, and
Blah,
it's
blah,
so
blah.
great. And I love the books, and it's just like the books.
franchise.
Well, don't fucking sit there yelling about how it's not like it has to be like the book, but when you're sitting there seeing how great it could be.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. That's
No,
not what I'm saying.
I didn't mean you.
I'm just saying I understand that.
I'm checking on the goddamn fish cakes.
To make each one of those books a movie from cover to fucking cover is impossible. It would be a 7-hour movie every time. It's just like it would have never fucking ended. It was the abridged version. The movies are the
Sure.
abridged version.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were never intended to be a carbon copy of the
Right.
book. Even to the first one, you know what I mean? The first one was shortened down to be child friendly, but if you read that first book, there's tons of mystery. There's tons of stuff that, like, you know, is kind of spooky and, like, you know, and then around like the third book, it starts taking the adult turn. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And, stuff, but like,
And that's the right thing
it
to do
was
because
all premeditated, though. You
what
know what
she
I mean? Like,
did
they
was so brilliant.
They operated that perfectly.
it was
They
so
really did.
brilliant because she pulled in a generation and then held the generation.
Yeah. But like, dude, when
to the
Half-Blood
end.
Prince came out, when the Half-Blood Prince movie came out, I was furious. By the end of that movie, dude, like when we went to see it, I was furious. You know what I mean? I was like, Jesus Christ, you can't fucking, like, they did so much fucking shit. The whole fucking movie's supposed to be about Severus Snape. That's the whole fucking character. And he's in like 2 fucking scenes.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's nothing. There's no build up. They
I
cut
have
out
not
all
seen the
shit,
Half-Blood
you know?
Prince yet, so don't give away too
All
much.
right, well, I'm sorry, but like, but here's
I know,
the thing.
everybody
no, and
says
it is.
that.
No, but that's the thing. That's the thing that I did. You know, I was looking at it from a fan of the books.
Right.
When I saw the last 2, the Deathly Hallows 1 and 2,
Yeah.
I understood what they were doing. I like by the end of it, I had there were moments where I was like upset and I was happy, and it was like the whole roller coaster ride, like, filled in, made sense. Every movie before that, we were like, oh well, they left this out, they left that out,
Right,
they left
right.
this out. Those last 2 movies tied, and which I should have known better, because if you ever notice, that's another interesting thing about those movies. All the movies that come next tie together details from the previous
Yeah,
movie.
that's amazing.
Even within the
Amazing.
books. And that was one of the things that draw people to the books, is because every book that came out next tied knots in books
Love
that
it.
came before it.
That's the right way
You know
to
what
do
I
it.
mean? And they did the same thing with the movies. And I like even
Those
all the short.
motherfuckers.
Oh, no, but it's brilliant because they got me, dude. By Half-Blood Prince, I was like, oh man, this sucks. They're gonna fucking butcher the ending,
sure.
dude. They did what they set out to do. They abridged it. They cut it short. They edited the fucking storyline. But they got the point across.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got it across. And the Half-Blood Prince was kind of the sacrificial lamb toward them getting their point across. There's a lot of stuff in that book that really should have made the movie. And it's still, like, that's the only point of Harry Potter that gets me, like, ugh, you know, fucking, but Half-Blood Prince movie, man. There was a lot of fucking, like, dead time in that could have been used to build in the plot a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But when you see the last two,
Yeah.
you understand why they did it. You understand where they were going.
Hey, look, man.
It is an abridged version.
As long
and
as they
did it
can,
really well,
as long
you
as
know?
when all is said and done, they can justify the
Yeah.
things that they've done and make you go, oh.
And that was David
They've
Yates' vision, you know?
succeeded.
I mean, that was
Lost
fantastic.
did not do that.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You should see it. Like, you should watch it
I
all the
would
way
have to
through.
watch a lot of fucking hours of Lost.
Yeah, but
in
that's
order
okay.
to
It's
accomplish that.
It's a
long
lot.
part of
It's a
your
long
life.
ride.
Yeah,
but,
I know.
But,
I don't know if
mean,
I'm ready for that kind of commitment.
See, the one thing I think of the Lost, though, is that the allusions were so good, and the allusions to history and literature and all these other things were so amazing. It was like they were trying to create a
Yeah.
really cerebral
You know what
experience.
show I loved was Fringe. Fringe is awesome.
I haven't seen it. I don't
Oh,
know.
you
Yeah.
gotta check out Fringe. That is some J.J. Abrams at his finest, man.
If it's J.J. Abrams, I'll watch it.
Stuff. Fringe is fantastic. It's like the new X-Files, basically.
I'm gonna throw something out there, something new.
Ooh, we going
Rogue?
going somewhere else.
All right, it's not gonna be your topic. I'm gonna leave that for you.
Oh, okay.
It can be mine as long as you give me credit. Ha ha ha. Like I even deserve credit. We both came up with it's completely separate from each other, and I'm just like, that's mine. It's just because it's the only fucking thing that I had.
22-year-old in
Whore.
New York. It's a dude.
Dick.
Doesn't mean
Yeah,
he's
she
Hey, wait.
adjusted her shit.
So a man can't be a whore.
Yeah, way to be sexist.
Not in
Wow.
this story.
I thought this was 2014.
Well, you would be
Excuse me
wrong.
while I get out of
I
here.
know, right? I feel violated.
You should.
My eyes are up here.
I was undressing everybody with my eyes.
My eyes are up here, baby. All right.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at your eyes. I was looking at your tits.
Titty.
Hello.
Like, wouldn't that just shut the bitch up, you know?
I know, right? What
Like,
the
if
fuck?
someone just please say that, please. Like, if
I'll
some
do it.
fucking
Here's the
cunt,
thing. You know
if
what it is?
some cunty bitch goes, my eyes are up here. Just be like, yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I was looking at your
I was
tits.
looking at your tits because that's what matters.
You know what I want to do? I want to do the Charles Grodin really bad.
What's that?
Well, you know, like from the Great Muppet Caper. You know what I mean?
I don't know the Great
Like,
Muppet Caper.
Well, Charles Grodin.
Get closer to the mic.
He was, you know what I mean? And there's the scene where he's with his sister, and they're trying, you know, he's trying to steal the diamond necklace that she owns, and she's sitting there with it, and I swear it's getting terrible. I feel that there are thieves breathing down my neck, and he's sitting there like doing some shitty disco dance, and he like leans in over her neck, and he's staring at her necklace, and he's like, thieves aren't breathing down your neck. I just want to do that to a chick one day, like if she sees me staring, thieves aren't breathing down your neck. And just like, you know, like the whole time, you know, just thieves aren't.
You know what it
breathing
is? It's
down
not
your-
all-
No, you're crazy.
Because the truth is, if you deliver that line and say, "Yeah, I'm looking at your tits,"
From
you
now
get-
on,
you've
that
got
shall
Now
be
you're
known.
on the. Now you're on the.
From now on,
offense.
that
See,
shall
that's
be
it.
known as the Grodin.
The Grodin.
Hashtag
Listen,
the Grodin.
here's the thing: when a bitch does that, she has you on the defense. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you gotta switch that around as fast as
You
you
gotta
can.
turn it
To the
around.
Because
offense.
her lady mind is working fast.
Yeah.
and
So-
it's a
She's
lady
waiting-
mind.
She's waiting for you to stammer, and you need to hold your shit down.
Hold your ground.
And you just look her right in the face
Be like,
or the tits.
"You pushed your tits out. What do you want me to do?"
You don't have to explain it. There's no explanation needed.
I'm not
She's
explaining. I'm
aware.
questioning her now.
She's aware. You think?
I know
people
she's
don't
aware. This is
know?
part of the fucking problem.
See, when it comes to this issue, though, the problem is that the lady mind is like a
Tits.
push-button Prius, and the gentleman mind is like a turn crank Ford T.
and we're like, "All right, catch up, catch up." We've been thrown off by
Like,
these
wait a
titties.
minute. Something's going on here.
Careful. You sound like a Batman turret. It kind of sounds like
Quick,
Popeye.
to the-
If the Batman turret
To the
sounds like
bat
that, it's for a
turrets.
reason.
The what?
To the bat turret.
Battery.
Like, what are they fucking storming
The
Normandy?
bat blasters. Everybody
Quick,
hear
everyone, to the bat
blaster.
turrets! Flank left.
So,
Anyway.
22-year-olds.
So the beginning
So
of the
this
new
stupid
Batman
dick.
Superman movie is going to be Saving Private Ryan.
He gets arrested in New York
Saving Private Bruce Wayne.
because he was smuggling weed, coke, and LSD in a stuffed bear.
Did it give his phone number?
In a in a stuffed bear.
A smorgasbord.
The bear was wearing a Dare shirt.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Irony.
That's
I
almost
like
the perfect
that.
crime.
that snarky motherfucker.
I know,
I
right?
kind of want him to get arrested now.
You know, just so he could be like,
It's
"Hey guys,
you fu- Yeah,
didn't
was the
work
Dare-
out, but-
it was the Dare shirt that did it to you, asshole. You know that, right?
hey, they're trained to look for that stuff."
Of course.
If you have like one of those like
Trained to look for it. Like
yeah.
it's not a big, bright red logo that you don't have to look for at all.
Well, I mean, a grown man with a fucking teddy bear might put you off too.
I
you
know,
a little
it's
bit.
my teddy bear, and then he pulls it back real fast, like
Yeah, right.
you know, like
A grown man looking all around, carrying a teddy bear under one arm.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'm
That
fine.
screams of normalcy.
Yeah,
or
right.
Stones. Another day with Stones.
Yeah.
We need to make a show called Another Day with Stones.
His teddy bear is always wet because his one eye's crying into it constantly.
Oh man.
He just weeps.
You know, you always tell me not to bring up.
While
is
my
rough.
teddy bear gently weeps.
You always tell me on every show that I bring up
Teddy gently weep.
that I bring up all you can eat buffets on shows all the time.
No, actually, you told me that you bring up all you can eat buffets.
No.
And then I reiterated.
I haven't
it
been to an
later on.
all-you-can-eat buffet in fucking
No,
years.
a few episodes of Ice in the Face ago, I said all you can eat.
Shrimp.
And no, it was something else. And you said, "Will you stop bringing up all you can eat on every fucking show?"
Yeah, because you said that you kept saying it, and then
And
you
you-
said it again, and I fucking brought it on home.
Stones is not even here yet. His aura exists, and it's unhealthy for
Why
all
you
members
keep talking
involved.
about him?
He keeps bringing him up.
You brought him up that time.
Did I bring him? No, I didn't
Yeah.
bring him. No, she did. No, because
No.
she said the bear was wet because he cried into it. I didn't.
Yeah,
bring
but
him
you
up.
said it was like an evening with Stones.
No, I was still reacting to what she said. She said an evening with
No,
Stones.
no.
And then
That's,
I said we should make a show.
I said
I'm
a
gonna
gentleman
choke.
walking with a teddy bear exudes the most normalcy, and you said it's like an evening with Stones.
she
No,
said that.
no, I heard
Oh,
it. He
my
said it's
fault.
like a
Yeah.
regular evening with people or something, and I said or with Stones.
Yeah,
Ah,
but
Well,
yeah.
It's usually me who throws the first stones.
it appears I've been thrown for a loop.
Listen, ye who cast the first
So
stones.
anyway, so the guy gets busted with a teddy bear full of drugs.
drugs.
And the point
Whoop-de-doo.
is,
And it's crazy. I mean,
it sounds like fun. I wish I was hanging out with him.
he's got a whole buffet in there. What's funny to me is that
They were probably following the teddy bear around.
you know what's so funny. You know what's so funny about drugs in this country is that you have generations of
illegal.
people. Yeah, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. You have generations of people raised on Ritalin and antipsychotics and antidepressants and shit.
That's not funny.
and then,
that's sad.
and then every time somebody in the news does something even slightly wrong, they have to be like, "And he was selling drugs," and I go, "So."
What's
Why
his phone
does
number?
why does that mean automatically I'm supposed to judge this person as a
Yo.
bad guy?
Yo.
That's stupid as fuck.
Listen, drug dealers know how to get shit. They're go-getters, man.
They
They're
are
good
go-getters.
Fucking, you know.
We need those guys
some
on
of
Wall
them-
Street.
Some of them are fuckheads, but that's not because they're drug dealers. It's because they're moonlighting as drug dealers, and in real life they're
Moonlighting.
serial killers, gang
They're not
members.
fundamentalist
You know what I mean?
drug-
Yeah. I mean, there are different levels of criminal activity involved with scumbaggery, but there are tons of awesome drug
Yeah.
dealers, dudes who can find you concert footage and
Yeah.
fucking old vinyl and fucking like really good
films.
acid,
Snuff films.
you know, like all kinds of shit,
Naked
man.
Jennifer
They're
Lawrence
fucking
pictures.
go-getters. It's like fucking Morgan Freeman from Shawshank, you know, like so I
Oh,
need a
hell
rock
yeah.
hammer. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes can find shit for you, you know, like they're good. You know, they're not. Some of them
Hey,
are
look,
good, solid
Not
people.
to mention,
I like drug dealers.
look at the economy. You've backed so many people into a corner. What is everybody fucking supposed to do? Just sell some shit. Get your hands on some shit that's in demand. Don't blame the guy. Look, don't blame the player. Hate the game, yo.
If I wasn't a full-time father, you know what I mean? I would be selling drugs. Are you kidding? Are you fucking? It's not even debatable. Like,
What's up, Frank? I think
I
Frank's
would
on camera.
totally be selling
Frank
drugs.
fucking loves ice in the face.
Yeah,
But I would
Frank
like
loves
to
it.
make it perfectly fucking clear that I am not.
Yeah, Frank loves ice in the face, man.
Every
There he
time
is.
we're recording, he's always sitting here. I don't know.
He's just checking on shit, you know?
He doesn't try and do it for awesome talk or anything else. It's just ice in the face.
Ice in the
He's
face,
always
yeah.
like-
Well, he knows he was in
It
that weird
seems like
picture.
a more soothing atmosphere. It seems like he
Yeah, oh,
you know,
He's
yeah.
just one of the bros. He's
just
broing
like, yeah,
out.
you know.
Yeah, he's broing it up.
He
I can
bro
imagine
hard.
how awesome talk is intimidating to kiddies and
It could be.
and gentlemen of small stature.
That's
He's not that small of stature. He's like
not
a
a
tiny
gentleman
lion.
either. He's a kitty. I was saying how awesome talk can be intimidating to cats and midgets. I was trying to be eloquent about it,
it's
though.
Magi.
Magi. I don't think that's right.
Well,
They don't like to be called midgets.
I have a degree. It says I can make up words
Well,
legally.
I don't like lots of things. I'm still going to say midget every now and again.
The
So,
correct word is retarded.
thank you. I didn't want to be
Oh,
offensive.
what do you
Oh,
mean?
Yeah, they don't like to be called midgets. Freaks
Was I
don't like to be
talking- I
called
was talking-
midgets.
It was like 2 years ago almost. I texted you and
Okay.
I said they don't like to be called midgets. They like to be called vertically retarded.
Oh, good Lord. That sounds like a problem you have
and
when you're
you
skateboarding.
texted me back and said, I just texted that to everybody I know.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
I forwarded it, I think, to everybody.
Dude, I'm going for the 720, but I'm like vertically retarded, bro. I just can't get up there, man.
Is there a surfing term that you could apply that to?
So I was hitting the lip, but like the fucking lip
That's
washed
what
me out, man.
she
I just
said.
can't get over the top, man. I'm fucking vertically retarded, bro.
You do the surfing thing well.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. There's a pretty good reason for that.
Yeah, Ryan, could you give us a Ryan impression? Damn, that was pretty. That was pretty
no,
close.
that's not fair.
That
though.
was super close.
I am not a stereotypical. I did not grow up in Hawaii or California. I'm from fucking New Jersey.
Hawaii.
Bro,
He
don't
did
hate.
He did not grow up
I
in Hawaii.
am not fucking
Hawaii.
Spicoli, okay? Let's just get it off the table right fucking
Dude,
now.
you're
Great reference.
butterscotch. You're butters.
I'm more like Butters.
Hey,
Dude,
today-
Butters has always been one of my
All right,
favorite South
today
Park
is
Yeah.
Butters' birthday.
Okay.
Butters
Oh,
is
hamburgers.
born in Hawaii. He is a Hawaiian.
Oh, yeah, he's Hawaiian. That's right.
He's native.
Yeah.
So
Oh, fucking
today
levels.
says Butters, not a night for Butters here.
Levels.
Yeah.
Fuck, Butters is
That's
a
funny.
Butters is Ryan in the future. In the past.
No, we already saw future
Oh,
Butters.
hamburgers. My mom's going to be awful sore at me.
Well, where is he right now? Probably at home watching Becker. Ryan watches a lot of Becker.
All right.
You caught me.
So you had something, you had a story you'd like
You
to bring
could
up.
you could bring it out.
No, I'd like you to bring it up, actually. Because
You probably know it.
I know it, but I
the
can
legal
help you.
You've worked
details.
him onto the fence.
A
He's scared. He's
14-year-old
scared to touch your content now.
The state?
Yes. To show the state?
No, you fucker. The state this happened in.
South Florida.
Which one?
Was it Florida?
Which South? Wait, which
is not a
South
state.
Florida?
Florida is a Florida.
Yeah, they actually had a civil war and broke apart like the Carolinas did
I don't know where it was.
back in
And
1984.
nobody
It was
cared.
Florida, wasn't it? Was it Florida?
I think, but
I think it was Florida. Most stupid things happened there.
Anyway, this kid who was 14.
No, he wasn't.
What? The article I read said he was
Oh,
14.
no, I'm sorry. I'm mixing it with another article. You
Do
are
you
right.
see what's happening
Christ.
already when he sullies
This is
my...
why you're not allowed to touch our content.
This is what happens.
I'm sorry.
when you sully my ideas.
Yes. Sorry. I
Stop
didn't mean to.
sullying.
I won't sully it.
You have
anymore.
brought great shame to this house.
and sullying.
I
Shame
must. I
and
must
sullies.
commit. I must commit ritual seppuku.
That should be
Harikari.
That should be the name of your solo album.
What?
Shame and Sullies.
Shame and sullies.
Shame and sullies.
And it's just you with a single teardrop.
Looking in the
And
moonlight.
just a lone saxophone playing in the back. Shame.
Shame.
And sullies.
Sul-
All right,
Sullies.
so 14-year-old boy. There's a fucking statue of Jesus.
There is a statue of Jesus. We've already
and
gotten off the right
takes-
foot.
And he fucking
Hold on. You said a 14-year-old boy and a statue of Jesus. Continue.
And that boy is still safer with that statue than he would be around any priest.
Agreed on that shit.
So
I don't know. Statues are heavy. What if it falls on him?
anyway,
Oh.
he did.
I guess priests are heavy too, though.
Priests are heavy too, and if they got
And the
giant,
odds of one falling on you are much higher.
and if they got giant balls, they might break your nose or knock your eyeballs out.
That's true.
And if you're a little boy, you're sick of your priest always smelling like your friend's assholes.
And fucking you up the asshole.
Yeah.
And mouth.
So anyway.
And ear.
So anyway.
What?
So the
Nobody?
14-year-old fucking humped the fucking Jesus
Oh,
statue
yeah, he humped the
and
Jesus
took a
in the
picture.
mouth. He humped
and
it in the
they
mouth.
took a picture. Like,
And put it on Facebook.
Awesome.
It was just like, oh, Jesus is blowing him. It's what
That's
any
it.
14-year-old on the planet,
Well.
including me,
Yeah,
would
come
probably
on.
have done in the exact same situation where Jesus was head fucking first with your crotch.
You do not want to know the debauchery that he and I were into, even in our late teens,
Do you have
early
any
20s,
idea
mid 20s,
what I
late
have
20s,
done?
early 30s.
Do you have any idea the things I've done that put... He humped a statue.
That's it.
Hey,
Caused,
listen,
caused no harm. I used to burn down bushes around the church.
Listen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hold
when
on.
Our, when our Lord and Savior, the one and only Son of God, offers you a blowjob, you do not say no. I mean, that's
That's
that.
the one person you don't turn down, no
No,
matter what your
not
sitch
at all.
is.
I mean, shit, that might cure what ails you.
Heavenly.
It's a heavenly sitch.
Yeah.
After
I mean,
you're
So,
done,
hold
after
on.
you're
It would be
done, he
rude.
gives-
Hold
after
on.
you're done, he gives you
She
a sip
hasn't-
of wine and pats you on your ass with a fish.
Thanks a lot,
And
boy.
tells you not to tell your parents.
He tells you nobody will believe you anyway.
Like he's Bill Murray.
And remember, if you mention a word of this, God will be watching.
I think Bill Murray should start saying that. You know about the Bill Murray thing, right?
What?
That he goes around like New York City.
Oh, yeah.
And he does fucked up shit. And he like there's a story
Yeah.
where he takes fries off a guy's plate and he goes,
Oh, yeah.
"No one
Yeah,
will
but those
believe
aren't
you."
real. People just make them up.
Oh, no, he does all kinds of great
She
shit.
has a bump. She got a sticker, a Bill Murray sticker that says, "No one is going to believe you." He is
he's
my
the best.
number one dream guest for Awesome
Oh,
Talk.
God, yes.
My number
I would
one.
sell my fucking one of my testicles to get Bill Murray just in my presence for a day.
Oh, wait,
Just
let me-
like, I'm going to be your friend today, Mr. Murray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so she hasn't even gotten to the punchline of
Oh.
this story yet.
So the end
There's
of it was just so he
thought that
humped
was the
Jesus' head.
punchline.
No. This
this
is
is the
thing.
punchline.
He's gonna probably
End
get
up, yep.
2 years in juvenile hall
For doing this.
for humping
Alabama.
and the fucking and under the law of not like a disorderly
It's like
conduct thing.
objects that if
It's
you
like-
desecrate
yeah,
make
it's
people
like a
upset.
desecration thing. Even though he didn't cause any damage at all, he didn't even move the statue. He did nothing to it. But it's under the desecrating public crap law that he might get fucking sent away for. Are you kidding? All right, how many people? If anyone listening to this show has never humped a statue or did anything with a statue in public,
That might be a good number of people.
all right,
I'm
bullshit.
just
All right, there is no one that's
saying.
ever walked
Listen.
into a Walmart with a McDonald's and didn't do shit to the Ronald McDonald
There are a
head
lot-
on the bench.
There are a lot of
Fuck all of
prudes
you.
out there who just take Ronald McDonald at face value. He
But-
is clown. I am child.
Yeah, well, they don't
Cheeseburger.
listen
Goodbye.
to this show.
Look,
they
as
don't.
a punk rock
Enthusiast.
youth, the
I
amount of
humped
things
so
I
many
humped so much shit. The amount of things I desecrated in a humping motion is redunk. You know, it's totally redunk.
I'm more worried about the women I desecrated in the humping motion than the inanimate objects.
Don't worry, they're probably all dead.
Well, all I can say is imagine what would have happened to him if he
If
fucked
they
him in
lived.
the ass.
Yeah, right, right.
I just imagine what would have happened to them if they lived.
Like, here's the deal. He goes into juvie for that. How do the other juveniles see him? Are they like,
They're
yeah,
like-
dude, way to go? And they
They're
fist
probably
bump?
like, fuck you, goth fag.
Like, I
You
fucked.
go to fucking cemeteries, bro?
Be like, dude, I fucked God in the face. What are you gonna do to me?
Well, what are you going to do with your life?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What have you ever done? I humped Jesus in the face on Facebook.
Jesus
No, that's
swallowed
terrible
my
though that
good
he's getting
news.
jail time for that. That's fairly
Well, the
that's
thing
fairly
is
ridiculous.
But the important part of it are the
is
implications.
that for real though? Is he
Yeah,
really
yeah,
getting
yeah,
jail
yeah.
time, or is that just a
No,
sentencing?
no, the
and
sentencing-
they're gonna be like, okay, we're giving you
he
probation.
faces up to 2
Well,
years.
yeah,
in
but
juvie.
I mean, like,
But-
he's gonna get a fucking,
Dude, but
prosecutor and a fucking
but
public
it's important-
defender, and they're
it's
gonna
important to
cop
be
him
I
a
clear.
can't believe
TI.
that that's even gonna happen. Like that. Think of how many people's jobs
Yeah, no, that's
revolve
stupid.
around having a kid who humped a statue have to go to court. That's
Yeah, that's
fucking
crazy.
Taxpayers pay for that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want
we pay
everyone
for that.
keep
Yeah.
that in mind, everybody.
That's what America's built on. I mean,
That's what is happening right now.
But here's the
You
thing, here's
are
the
all
point.
that's not just
paying
now. That's been
for
happening
a
for
fucking-
quite a long time.
Here's what's important to point out.
They will put anything in
did-
court. Anything, dude.
He did not damage or vandalize that piece of property either. And that's what's really, really fucked up. And that's why when I point out, like, things that sound fucking stupid, like, the FBI watching the Juggalos. Well, it's like, fuck the Juggalos, but at the same time, well, not totally. I have no Juggalo hate. But at the same time, it's like you have to look at what the law is getting away with, saying, well, what the fuck else are they going to attribute to this to get away? Like, how many other things can we now like, everything can be.
Yeah,
so
because
it's like
if
you
you
got to
have-
be real careful with that shit,
Well, lately there's been this huge influx in laws that
Yeah.
very subtly are trying to push homeless people out of areas.
Yeah, that is very terrible.
And a
too.
law
and
like
there are a lot
that-
of them. Yeah, it's true.
And that law
Yeah.
can very easily be applied to anybody sitting on a public area with a bunch
Absolutely.
of fucking shit.
Look what Jacopo's going through in Italy
And
right
even
now.
even fucking Jacopo, the same. Almost all of the laws that he sent me the list of new laws.
Yeah, I read it. It was
And a lot of them,
unbelievable.
and they are unbelievable. But it's very clear to see that a lot of those laws are aimed at homeless people or
Yes.
poor people.
Yeah.
And that's terrible. Look, listen, man.
That's
if
reality.
If
I
you're
mean-
well off, not just well. I mean, if you're just even okay
Yeah,
or
we don't
comfortable,
want
you
we
have
don't want to
no,
go to your gated communities, people.
Yeah,
Just
like-
stay the fuck out of our non-gated communities.
like when people have it rough and they're going through a hard time and they have it hard. Just leave people the fuck alone.
Fuck
man.
that.
Like,
Fuck
I'm
that.
sorry that it
I don't
hurt
leave 'em
your
the fuck alone. I help
eyeballs
'em
to
out.
have to
Well,
fucking
that's what I mean. Well, I mean, don't hurt them.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I
Don't
know,
hurt
but
them.
not just don't hurt them. Help them. I mean, shit, dude. There are a lot of people who have been in and out of my life, and that's part of the thing that I understand about them. I'm not there to fix you. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not there. But you know what? I can give you a fucking sandwich. I can give you a hot meal. I can give you a, like a place to hang out for a while and forget that you don't have any other place to go.
Yeah, right.
But you're not staying here. You're not living here.
saw this video.
There's a limit to what I can do. But I'm not going to turn people away for being, lost in life
Sure.
and wanderers.
I saw
that's
this
just
video out of New York City
who
where
people are. Some people just don't fit in here.
Yeah, that's it.
This does not
Yeah,
work for
this
them.
arbitrary
I am
time
one
and
of
place
them.
is
I
not
am one of
yours.
them. I don't do this because I fit in here. I do it because there are people I care about who do. And my involvement is very important. You know what I mean? My involvement's very important. And I want to be able to give that to them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't give two flying fucks. I'd be in the woods somewhere right now. I'd be fucking, I'd be fucking brewing my own fucking moonshine, making my
Putting
own
it in
crystal
red
meth.
stripe
You know
bottles.
what I mean? Yeah, in fucking Lysol bottles and shit like that, and selling it to people.
careful in the 50s they use that for douche.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I can sympathize with that when it comes to people. The world fucking sucks.
I saw this video out of New York
This
City.
is bullshit.
I saw this video out of New York City where this guy wanted to buy a meal for a homeless guy, and he brought the homeless guy into a McDonald's to just get him something to eat. And while he's standing there online, some big fat fuck cop is trying to get them to leave. And he's like, this guy shouldn't be in here. This isn't right. This shouldn't be. And it's like, motherfucker, are you a public servant? And that is, I just thought to myself, how can you live in a fucking country that says we're the best country in the world and then look at that kind of
But
shit
you know
and go,
what's interesting?
why would you treat a person like The guy's life is hard enough. Leave him
Everybody
the fuck
should be
alone.
fairly well aware that we're not the best country in the world.
No,
There
no,
is
yeah,
no
we
such
figured
thing.
that out.
Everybody should be fair. No,
Yeah.
everybody.
You know
Even the
what's-
fucking, even the retard nutcase nationalist fucking front that runs this fucking place is well aware that we're not the best country. It's like scientific fact at
Yeah.
this point, you know, like politically scientific fact anyway. I
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's interesting that the cop is making these judgment calls based.
It's the most
unless
horrible
the,
thing
wait,
to
wait, wait,
watch.
It's ridiculous.
No, unless the cop is familiar with the guy because it's like the area he frequents.
Yeah,
I
and there's
understand
two,
that. Yeah,
there's
yeah,
two
yeah.
sides to
But
every
if,
story.
if that
There's two
isn't the
sides
case,
to every story.
I think it's interesting that it was a judgment call based solely on what the guy looked like.
That's what
and
it
the
seemed like.
idea is simply the way he looks makes me think he must be homeless, and for some
Yeah,
reason,
yeah.
because he's homeless, he shouldn't be in McDonald's.
It is
who makes
so-
people?
No, but we
who
have to-
makes people have to be
Yeah.
homeless because they don't get paid enough, and then
Yeah.
they have to
Right.
eat
Yeah.
at McDonald's because
Right.
it's the only thing they can fucking afford
Right.
to eat.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I think is interesting is what if you had someone who was wealthy go in looking the same way? Because
Right.
I had friends
Right.
who were managers at McDonald's, and I could tell you one thing. They don't really give a shit what the fuck you look like. That there was
Right.
my friend told me this story once about this like 90-something-year-old psychotic fucking dude that used to come in every single day at the same time to tell all the workers about the aliens that were following him.
Nice.
Like he was legitimately insane. And this other fucking dude who shit
Or right? Was he right?
he shit all over himself while sitting and eating. Got up, walked down the fucking restaurant, shit all down. There was a trail. He like from point A to point B. My point is McDonald's claiming or making it even seem like they give a fuck about what shape their customers are in is nuts.
Right. This had nothing to do with. This
I
was
get that.
This was a class
But
thing.
I- but
That
no,
what
but
this
you-
cop
but what
was
you
doing when
said
you
is-
watch the video,
What
what
you
the
said
cop
is
is
very
doing.
true. A lot of these things, like, and I'm with it. Okay, you know me, dude. I mean, like, I have met more than my fair share of crooked cops in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I am not one to pull punches when it comes to the police force, but I'm also not so blind as to know that not every homeless person is a fallen angel from
Oh,
heaven.
of course,
not.
just
Of
Who
course
like
needs
not,
our
right.
sympathies, you know what I mean? Like, there is a very, very high
But-
probability that this guy was some naive dude who was trying to do this guy a favor, and that only reason that cop was there is because that guy does that to people constantly. There,
Well,
you know
well,
what I mean?
here's what
Like,
I'll say.
there's a good
Before you
possibility
judge-
that
But
that
what
happened.
But what exactly did he do?
He
was offered
works
a
the
meal.
place and
What
did he
loiters.
do?
He loiters and works the place and tries to get money from
I
people.
don't know
and if
if
he
I
can't
would.
get money,
I
he gets
feel
a
like
fucking dollar
if
burger.
we would consider it illegal for someone to be like, "Hey, would you mind maybe buying me a burger?"
Yeah.
and someone
no,
agreed.
of course not. But
If-
I mean,
if
like
our
on the
if
property
our
of that
law
restaurant.
enforcement system has
No,
a
but
fucking
on
issue
it's
with
not
that,
even that. It's just on the property of that restaurant. If they say no loitering, we don't want fucking because that will it does, and to
Well,
an extent it does.
I'll
I
put this
wouldn't
out
give
there.
it flying fuck, dude. If I wanted, I don't know why I would want McDonald's, but if I wanted it in the first place, and there were a bunch of bums sitting out front, that wouldn't stop me from going into a McDonald's. Like I would.
Well, bear in mind, this
but
was the
there
heart.
are McDonald's out there that say no look. 'Cause
Sure.
they view
And I understand that, but-
as off-putting to their clientele, and the people they want there will not come if it's oversaturated with dudes looking for handouts out front.
you
This-
know what?
I'm not against
I
buying
think
a dude
I
a
said
sandwich,
this
you
to
know?
you not that long ago. We were talking about Subway because I said one was opening, and I said, you know, as much as I hate pretty much all fast food, I really fucking want to give it out to Subway because I think they have at least the one that's opening by where I used to live. Every Tuesday and Thursday or something, like if you don't have a job or a place to live, they'll give you free food.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's pretty nice to
Good
have
for
an
them.
establishment.
Good for
not,
them.
That's great. That's a
Fucking not say,
fantastic
oh,
thing to
stay
do.
the fuck away. Your clothes aren't nice enough to come into our
Yeah.
shitty fast
Hey,
food
look,
restaurant.
That's
Listen.
what you used to drive. When I worked, I'm not gonna say the town or the name of the company
Sure.
because we could be fucking sued. But you remember when I worked for the Public Works Department?
yes.
There was a specific bakery. I mean, it's pretty much the only bakery in the town of the place that I worked. You know what I mean? But every morning they would throw out all kinds of food. You know what I mean? Like every fucking morning, afternoon, you know, they'd throw out muffins, like
sure, bags of it,
like tons. I mean, like 5, 6, like
garbage bags. Yeah, I used to work for a Dunkin'
like,
Donuts that did that. Yeah,
cans of this shit, and like I suggested to them, and my boss and I suggested to him actually a couple of times. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's like right across the bridge in Asbury. There's a lot of shelters that would really. They would you wouldn't have to do anything. They'll come and pick it up.
Yeah, right.
No, how I don't, you know, I mean, I don't make this stuff to give it away for free.
Yeah, so they'd rather put it in the garbage.
They'd rather throw it out.
Such a bad
they
mentality.
Would rather throw it out.
It's such a fucked up mentality.
Tons of
Well,
fucking
see,
food, perfectly edible food, and I mean, like, really, that's the fucking crazy thing too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, really good food. Like, if I was a chef and I wasn't gonna make money on it anyway, I'd want somebody to eat it.
Yeah, sure.
And I'd want, like, you know, okay, oh, you guys are gonna take it? Well, here's like 50 business cards. Put them on the trays that you serve it off of, so people know where it came from.
Sure.
And hey, yeah, at least I got the homeless army screaming about how fucking good my food is.
What
you know,
what were you gonna say? We got
understand
to wrap it
not
up.
Giving it away.
I was just gonna say I am sick and tired of the mentality that it seems like is growing instead of weakening, which is unfortunate. Of oh, why should I have to work to take care of other people?
Yeah, I'm tired of that too.
Fucking why do my tax dollars have to fucking go to
You know why? Because everybody else does it for you.
Oh, they're on welfare. They need to get fucking drug tested. I don't want my money going to a bunch of drug addicts.
Yeah,
I don't blah, 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 blah. Listen, if you want to live on an island and be self-sufficient in every possible way, then shut up, because sooner or later you're going to get sick or you're going to get old or you're going to need help.
Right.
We all live on one fucking piece of land and we're supposed to take care of each other.
Exactly.
And can I just say one thing to that? If you're going to preach that United States of America shit, don't
whatever.
forget the word united. Because that's the fucking one that's supposed to fucking be the most important word in that whole fucking shit.
Yeah.
We are united. Either we work together or we're all fucking divided. And the more divided we are and the more divided you let them make us, poor, rich, black, white, I don't give a fuck, the more you're going to be taken advantage of.
That's what the dumbing down of society is for. That's why I hate this fucking day.
Listen, guys,
That's why
I hate to tell you.
That's why I hate this fucking day, though. You know,
we are
this fucking 11th shit. You
No,
know what
I
mean?
agree
Like,
with that shit
same
totally,
fucking
yeah.
shit.
Sure.
Hey,
It's
I
about
love
division.
Butters.
It's about.
I love Butters.
Butters.
Right. I love
Yeah,
butterscotch.
but it's about division. It's not about. It's not about
Butterscotch?
sticking together. It's not about taking care of anybody. It's just an excuse to hate other
Sure.
people.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
we've arrived at the seal of approval. I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
It's just we've I think we've just crossed the hour mark by like 1 minute. The seal of approval time. Let's make them quick. Who wants to go first?
I forget about this part. Somebody else go first.
You got a
You
seal?
go first.
Okay, my seal of approval goes out to. It's something I actually talked about on Awesome Talk. And before I get to this, if you want to find us online, Twitter, Facebook, Ice and the Face.
Is it Twitter?
You can also look on Facebook for Home Bar Productions, and that's where you can find information on this show, our other show that we all do every other Tuesday live
The
right
Awesome
here on YouTube.
Tizzle.
Awesome Talk. You can find us Awesome Talk TV on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My final word. Sorry, I always do that.
You son of a bitch.
I know. Seal of approval goes to. We went to see Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters.
Yes,
in
I
the
know you
movies.
said that on
I
Awesome
said on Awesome
Talk,
Talk,
yeah.
and I wanted to give it my seal of approval because it was
Cool.
such a great. We went at like 11:45 at night. We saw it, and it was in Freehold with the really big like recliner chairs and shit, and that to see it on the screen like that, it was just so much fun. We just had so much fun. And I just wanted to give that my seal of approval. I thought that was awesome. I know we got to make them quick. So
Yeah.
go ahead. You go next. You're smiling so fucking big.
Okay.
I can't even talk about why I was smiling. That's shitty.
Oh, all right.
you did have a really. That shit was ear to ear,
That was
man.
devious.
That was.
Go
Maybe
ahead.
like the Grinch, you know, from that like.
Go ahead.
My seal of approval goes to Brian Dooley and his awesome wife. Mika.
Yeah, I
Dude,
love them.
They were on.
They're
I hope
cool.
that you guys watch the last episode of Awesome Talk
Be
to
Dizzle.
see the time we spent with Brian Dooley while he was here, and his wife was on cameras at the time.
Camera.
And I said, when Rick and I started this podcast, we had some rules that we set down for what we wanted it to be like. And one of my rules was nobody Skyping in. It is us or us and a guest.
Forbidden.
Yeah, nice.
It was because we wanted
Oh, good rule.
Yeah.
And I said, after meeting and hanging out with Mika, I was like, I will break my rule just for her alone. She is so fucking amazingly hilarious.
Oh yeah, she was so cool.
Like,
Yeah, amazing.
so whenever she said she was down, so whenever the hell she's down, like, please expect that. Look her up.
Maybe even
find
next
her.
week.
We've been fucking tagging her on shit on
Yes.
Home Bar on all
She's
the.
awesome.
She is fucking
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's I think I had more of a seal of approval, but I don't remember what the other part of it was.
All right.
Okay.
Real quick,
my seal
because
of
we're
approval.
way over now.
Okay, sorry. The on Awesome Talk the other night, I like, I did my final word, and it was like, about caring and like taking care of people, and that's one of the major ills of society, that we don't do that anymore. And my seal of approval is for Weezer, the band Weezer. They just recently coming out with a new album and came out with a new song, and it sounds like old school Weezer. I loved it a lot. It's called Back to the Shack, and it's one of the most honest things
Weezer.
I've ever heard. And so that fucking brings me to what I would like to talk about is honesty, because you can't care about other people and you can't care about the world if you're not first honest with yourself. And I loved that song when I heard it. Like, a lot of the lyrics in it, you know what I mean? Just like, we're just like, he recognized how a few of the albums that they put out weren't up to snuff, and how he went off exploring and for all this shit.
Good.
And like, he comes with this song and just basically lets it all out and just says, like the opening lyrics are like, "Sorry guys, I didn't realize how much I needed you. I thought I'd find a new sorry guys, I didn't realize that I needed you so much. I thought I'd find a new audience, and I forgot that disco sucks." You know what I mean? Like, and it just, like, the rest of it just goes on and on and on about being honest with himself and just saying, like, what came to his head, and realizing, like, I'm not going to be able to recapture that moment in time unless I'm honest, unless I, like, don't live under all these facades. And, like, it's not, people do it. Everybody does it, People get caught up in whirlwinds and ideals and, like, but there comes a point in time, and you have to teach it to children, you have to talk to it about people, but there comes a point in time where you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and see what's looking back at you for what it really is, and be honest with yourself. And you can't do anything else until you're able to do that. So I just thought that would carry over from the Awesome Talk final thing too. So that's my seal of approval goes to Weezer for promoting honesty. Thank you, Weezer. I hope people fucking get what you're trying to do with that.
And anything else? Anything else to add, or we're good? We're good.
Oh, we're good.
Ice and the Face. This concludes Ice and the Face number 24 on September 11th, 2014.
Beebs,
Happy birthday,
Beebs says
Butters.
bye.
Happy birthday, Butters.
Happy birthday, Butters.
Butters.
And Hans.
That's me.
And Hans. And thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in and for listening.
Wait. Right before everybody goes, if anyone else is familiar with Butters' theme song, who can decrypt for me...
Everyone knows that's Butters.
That's me. If anyone could decrypt for me the reason why in that song they say, "Who's a boy with the tweezers in his pocket?" Why the fuck? Why?
Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
I just want to say, I think Stones has tweezers in his pocket. I don't know why, but when you said it, I was like, that makes sense.
It's Butters.
I'm wrapping it up.
That's me.
Ice in the Face.
Who's the gimp with the tweezers in his pocket?
Ice in the Face, number 24, September 11th, 2014.
Who
Thank you.
thinks being yourself's the best thing to be?
Thank you very much for listening.
Peace.
Who thinks being Beebs the best thing to be?
Beebs comes deep in my elbow. She likes the top of my elbow.